Hello everybody, I am Dr. Poonam Rani and our today's class is about conducting system of heart. I suppose you are all safe and healthy in the current scenario and keep yourself healthy and keep distance. Okay, so in the conducting system of heart, what all we have to know what are the different types of tissues or cells which represent impulse making cells present in the heart, and it's how the impulse is conducted to the whole of the heart. Okay, now coming to the conducting system of the heart, it consists of SA node, internodal pathways, AV node, bundle of His, bundle branches, and Purkinje fibers. Okay, let's see the picture. You can see the SA node. From the SA node, the three branches are arising, and these branches are coming to the AV node. From the AV node, this is the bundle of His, and then the bundle branches, and from the bundle branches, these are the Purkinje fibers. Okay. Now coming to our first impulse making cell. Impulse making cell or the SA node. Sinoatrial node. Sinoatrial node, it is the primary pacemaker of the heart. It is located in the right atrium close to the opening of the superior vena cava. It is about 1.5 centimeter long and 0.2 centimeter wide and zero point 0.1 centimeter thick. It consists of the pacemaker cells or P cells which generate impulses for excitation and contraction of muscles. The action potential from SA node are of slow response time. The velocity of conduction of impulse in SA node is slow, that is, it is about 0.05 meter per second. The structure of the SA node is more embryonal in character, that is, the cell outline is ill-defined but is highly vascular. It consists of thin elongated muscle fibers approximately one-third size of the heart muscle fiber. It is rich in glycogen and mitochondria. It is fusiform in shape with longitudinal striations. The pacemaker cells can generate and discharge impulses more rapidly than any other pacemaker tissue in the heart, and that's why the P cells or the pacemaker cells is responsible for the impulse generation in the heart. Okay, now innervation, it is supplied from the um, right vagus nerve. Why the right vagus nerve? Because it develops from structure on the right side of the embryo. That is why in adult the sinoatrial node is innervated by right vagus nerve. It also receives sympathetic nerve fibers predominantly of right side from the cervical sympathetic ganglia via the cardiac nerves. Okay, clear? Now the internodal pathways. There are three internodal pathways that connect sinoatrial node and AV node. The different names are the anterior internodal pathway is also known as tract of Bachmann. Middle internodal pathway is known as the tract of Wenckebach. The posterior internodal pathway is also known as tract of Thorel. The velocity of conduction of impulse in the internodal pathway is about 1 meter per second. From SA node, a conducting tract arises and directly enters the left atrium. This is called interatrial tract or Bachmann's bundle. Okay. Next, coming to the AV node. It is located in the lower part of the right atrium, close to the interatrial septum and just above the atrioventricular ring. It is about 22 millimeter long 10 millimeter wide and 3 millimeter thick. In the AV node, the fiber diameter is small and there are multiple sub-branches. Therefore, the rate of impulse conduction is slow as in AV node, that is, it is about 0.05 meter per second. Usually, there is a delay of about 0.1 second. There is a delay of about zero point 0.1 second that occurs for the impulse to be transmitted through the AV node. This delay is called the AV nodal delay. This delay is shortened by sympathetic stimulation. So, when you are given a sympathetic stimulation, then the transmission of the impulse is fast, means the delay gets shortened. But when there is parasympathetic stimulation, the delay becomes lengthened. Okay. The ability of the AV node to slow down the transmission of the rapid impulses from the SA node to the ventricles is also called decremental conduction. Okay. The action potential generated in AV node are of slow response time. Pacemaker cells are also present in AV node, but normally AV node doesn't work as the impulse maker, as the impulse formation in the AV node is slower than that of the rate of impulse formation in the SA node. The pacemaker cells of AV node are suppressed by the SA nodal impulses. However, when the SA node stops producing impulses, AV node becomes the pacemaker of the heart. Understood? Okay. Now, something clinical about the decremental conduction. How the decremental conduction is useful? The property of the AV node to slow down or the block rapid impulses that arrive from SA node is the decremental conduction. It provides safety to the ventricles. When SA node discharges rapidly and all impulses are allowed to excite ventricles, extreme ventricular tachycardia can occur, which will interfere in ventricular performance. Therefore, nature has provided a safety factor in the form of decremental conduction to check the transmission of rapid impulses to ventricular muscles. Coming to bundle of His, it arises from AV node and terminates in the Purkinje system. It is located below the AV node and passes toward the interventricular septum. Length is about 1 centimeter, which on entering the interventricular septum divides into right bundle branch and left bundle branch. When SA node and AV node are defunct, the bundle of His are also able to generate impulses. Understood? Now coming to the bundle branches. Bundle of you have seen that bundle of His divides into two bundle branches, the right bundle branch and the left bundle branch. A right bundle branch or RBB is longer and thinner than the left bundle branch. It exclusively supplies the right ventricle, while the left bundle branch bifurcates into two divisions: the anterior division that supplies the anterior portion of the left ventricle and the posterior division that supplies the posterolateral portion of the left ventricle. The bundle branch enters the ventricular wall and then branch out to form Purkinje fibers. Purkinje fiber. This is a network of conducting fibers that are present in the subendocardial region of the right and the left heart. The Purkinje cells are the largest cells in the heart. There are numerous gap junctions in the Purkinje fibers. Because of the large diameter of the fibers and the presence of the gap junction, the rate of impulse conduction is highest in the Purkinje fiber and the conduction rate is about 4 meter per second. The action potential generated in the Purkinje fibers are a fast response time. Who discovered these Purkinje fibers? John Evangelista Purkinje was a chess physiologist. He discovered the Purkinje effect. The human eye's much reduced sensitivity to dim red light compared to dim blue light. He created the world's first department of physiology at the University of Breslau in Prussia, now in Poland, in 1839, and the world's first physiology lab in 1842. He described Purkinje fibers in heart and Purkinje cells in cerebellum. Okay, don't confuse by the name of Purkinje. Purkinje fibers are present in the heart and Purkinje cells are present in the cerebellum. Okay. Now compare the conduction velocity in different cardiac tissue. In the SA node and AV node, the conduction velocity is slowest and it about 0.05 meter per second, while it is in the internodal pathway and bundle of His, and in ventricular muscles it is about 1 meter per second, while the fastest conduction rate is present in the Purkinje fibers and it is about 4 meter per second. See the sequence of spread of electrical activity in the cardiac tissue. First, there is atrial depolarization. Atrial depolarization that also starts from the left atrium, right atrium. Right atrial depolarization, then further left atrial depolarization, and then there is septal depolarization from left to right, and here then there is depolarization of anteroseptal region of the myocardium toward the apex. Finally, there is ventricular depolarization from endocardium to epicardium. You can see depolarization is first toward the endocardium, then the depolarization comes back to epicardium. Depolarization of the posterior portion of the base of left ventricle and depolarization of the pulmonary conus is the last one to occur. Okay. Electrical activity is initiated in SA node and spreads in an orderly fashion. The wave of depolarization spreads in all directions, to right and left atria directly and to the AV node via internodal pathways. However, impulse from the atrial muscles cannot directly excite the ventricular muscle because there is no direct connection between the atrial muscles and the ventricular muscle. Okay, only connection is via these fibers. Therefore, transmission of electrical activity from the atria to the ventricles occurs only from AV node through the bundle of His. Excitation slows in AV node. You have seen the delay, that is about 0.1 second. It takes about 60 to 90 milliseconds to excite the atria. Conduction of the impulse through the AV node occurs at a much slower velocity, about 0.05 meter per second. Thus, the transmission of impulse is delayed in the AV node for about 0.1 second, and this is called the AV nodal delay or the decremental effect. Okay. The slower conduction velocity in AV node is due to three factors: small size of the nodal cells and their branching pattern, slow upstroke of the action potential which occurs due to slow voltage gated calcium channels, and weak electrical coupling as a result of relatively few gap junctions. Okay. So these three factors are responsible for slower conduction velocity in the AV node. Now, what is the physiological importance of the AV nodal delay? There is two physiological importance. This allows adequate ventricular filling and this maintains low ventricular rate in atrial fibrillation. Allows ventricular filling due to AV nodal delay, the atrial depolarization completes much before the beginning of the ventricular depolarization. Therefore, when the atrial systole occurs, ventricle is in diastole. This helps in ventricular filling to occur. Now, the second importance is that it maintains low ventricular rate in atrial fibrillation. The rate of atrial depolarization is very high as occurs in atrial fibrillation. In such condition, all the electrical impulses from the atria cannot reach the ventricle because of the inherent AV nodal delay. Thus, ventricles contract at a lower rate than the atria. Now, the clinical importance of AV nodal delay. How do we use this delay for our clinical purpose? We have some drugs which have effect on these AV nodes. Drugs such as digitalis, beta blockers, etc. reduce heart rate partly by promoting AV nodal delay. You have seen that when you give the sympathetic impulses will increase or decrease the delay further. Means more and more of impulses will be conducted to the ventricles, while the vagal stimulation will decrease this delay. It will increase the delay. Means less of impulses will be transmitted to the ventricle. So drugs like digitalis and beta blockers etc. reduce the heart rate partly by promoting AV nodal delay, while vagal stimulation causes AV nodal block. What will happen? When you give vagal stimulation, this delay will be increased, and this increment can be to such an extent that none of the impulses are transmitted to the ventricles. So this can lead to AV nodal block. Okay. The impulses spread rapidly into the venom. Once the impulse reaches the ventricle, it is rapidly spread into the ventricular muscles via the his Purkinje system. The Purkinje system is composed of fibers with large diameter. The slope of depolarization is also very steep. Therefore, the conduction velocity is maximum in Purkinje fibers. It is about 4 meter per second in the heart. The wave of depolarization takes about 0.08 to 0.1 second to spread rapidly from the top of the septum through the Purkinje fibers to all part of the ventricle. So you can see how speedy transmission there is present. It is hardly taking about 0.08 to 0.1 second. Before you blink your eyes, there is conduction of the impulse twice, isn't it? Twice or more than that. The depolarization of the ventricle starts at the left side of the interventricular septum, and then it crosses to the right side through the interventricular septum, and then spreads down to the apex of the heart. Then it depolarizes the muscles in the wall of the ventricle from endocardial to the epicardial surface. First, the endocardial surface is depolarized, and then the epicardial surface is depolarized. In ventricles, the endocardial surface depolarizes before the epicardial surface. The portion to be depolarized last are the posterior-basal portion of the left ventricle, the pulmonary conus, and the uppermost portion of the septum. The process of repolarization of ventricle muscle occurs almost in the reverse order. The conduction velocity through ventricular muscle is 1 meter per second. The complete excitation of both ventricles takes about 75 milliseconds. Okay. See, you can see the timing of excitation of different areas of heart by the impulse that originates from SNO. Thank you. Please do keep yourself. I am also not well, but please try to keep yourself safe and do study. Many a times I am repeating, please do study because there is no other option. Okay? Thank you. Fine.